Hey guys, Big Willich here, and today I wanted to go over my instacking Gas Arrow Lightning Rod Ball Lightning Deadeye. So I wanted to use a few different uniques on this one, namely Dead's Harp to give us a lot of additional arrows, and Hand of Wisdom in Action, which gives us the flat damage from instacking. So yeah, I guess the way we play this build is two main skills: Gas Arrow for clear. This is automatically detonated when we run into a mob because of our helmet Radiant Grief, which ignites enemies nearby. And then for bossing, especially classic All Lightning Rod, all the storms, and cast on shock Ball Lightning with a lot of damage. So yeah. The interesting part of this build is trying to use the Dead's Harp unique. This gives us normally 4 additional arrows, but with Corrupt you can actually get up to 5. So this is really good because both our clear skill, Gas Arrow, and our single target skill, Lightning Rod, they both benefit greatly from additional arrows. The problem with Dead's Harp is that it has very low base DPS. And so we are fixing that with Hand of Wisdom in Action, which allows us to get a lot of flat lightning damage. The roll range on the lightning damage is quite large though, so one way we are helping to mitigate that is with this node on the tree, which makes lightning damage with non-crits lucky. We have like basically no crit rate, so our lightning damage is pretty much always lucky. Which means it rolls twice and it takes the higher of the two values, which gives us a lot more consistent high-end lightning damage. So in terms of the clear skill, Gas Arrow, it's really good because all the projectiles overlap. I did try out Lightning Arrow and Ice Shot, but they felt really inconsistent at times, because each of the proj only hit the enemy once. Which is something Gas Arrow can solve, as when you shoot it, all of the proj overlaps, meaning packs are like pretty much guaranteed to die. So going over the gear, we have Dead's Harp here, Radiant Grief in the helmet slot to detonate our Gas Arrow. For our amulet, just looking at life and trying to get as many stats as we can in here. The quiver, just some flat damage, percent damage, and dex. Our ring is just resists, int, and life for both of them. The chest slot is life, spirit, and res. We don't actually need this much spirit. I just had that much because I was testing some other setups, but yeah, we can easily drop Ghost Shroud as we don't have that much energy shield anyways. Gloves, obviously, Hand of Wisdom in Action. Belt is just life and res, and the boots are int, life, and more res as well. Overall, this gear setup cost me about 25 to 30 divines, including the jewels, which I'll go over in a bit. In terms of defenses, we have 69% evasion, just standing still. If we cap out our tailwind, it's sitting at 73%. All capped res, including chaos res, 2k life pool, and that's about it. You will get one shot in map sometimes if you're unlucky standing on some on-death effects. But overall, it's pretty tanky. Level 92 right now. And let's go over the passive tree. We have Point Blank, Endless Munitions, Gathering Winds, Wind Ward. Tailwind makes this build really fun to play, as you get a lot of movement speed and attack speed. In terms of jewels, this is a really good one against darkness, where you get 4% increased intelligence per notable. This unique jewel can roll like a number of different rolls on these, so just make sure you're buying one with increased intelligence on it, not some other random stat. That's giving us 16% increased int when you put it up here. In terms of other jewels, you're just mostly looking for increased evasion rating and some generic damage, and trying to get an intelligence corruption on it as well. Yeah, and you also want one jewel with recover life on kill and recover mana on kill. That just helps us stay topped up on those resources while we're mapping. And talking about mana, normally have no mana issues because we have so much int that our mana pool is enormous. And with the percent mana on kill, it means during mapping we have no mana issues. During bossing, mana can be a bit of a problem, but we have a big pool, and then you can just spam your mana flask to keep that topped up. Now in terms of skill gems, we are using Gas Arrow as the clear. We have Innovate, Martial Tempo, Mobility, Magnified Effect, and Immolate. I think the important ones are just Martial Tempo, Magnified Effect, and Immolate. The other two are just some quality of life. Enfeeble, this is kind of a flex slot. I just put this down on bosses to prevent them from killing me. Lightning Rod, it's our single target setup, so close combat, primal armament, lightning infusion, conk effect, and overcharge. Not too sold on overcharge yet, but not sure what else to put in here. Orb of Storms, this is just to proc our lightning rod, so overabundance, unleash, persistence, and chain. Wind Dancer, main, blind encumbrance, Herald of Thunder, electrocute, neural overload, lightning mastery, ghost dance, it's fast forward, cast on shock, this is another thing to proc our lightning rods. We got ball lightning, energy retention, impetus, and scattershot. Alright, that is pretty much the build. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you all later.